Foreign Affairs addresses the recent spike in passport applications. What's behind the surge? Also, a measles outbreak in the United States, but local health officials say there's no need for alarm. And the junior director of tourism is crowned following a competitive speech showdown.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
Because they realize now that if worst comes to worst, they have to leave.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Raven Davis. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news tonight, there's been a notable rise in Bahamians living in the United States applying for Bahamian passports. Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Fred Mitchell, says this comes as the Trump administration has taken a firmer stance of immigration, more specifically illegal immigration.
The fact that because of this internal pressure in the United States, many Bahamians who've been away from the country for many years, who've not looked at getting a Bahamian passport, who are perhaps permanent residents, have not visited their country in ages, going now to our consulates trying to get a passport because they realize now that if worst comes to worst, they have to leave. The fact is, of course, the laws changed in 1973 about who is a Bahamian citizen, and of course there are rules as to how you prove whether you're a Bahamian citizen or not.
Mitchell says there have been complaints about the length of time it takes, but he is urging patience.
Once you get all the documentation, the passport office says that within 7 days they're able to keep up with the regular requests. But the issue, of course, is the documentation that you need before. So, for example, if you are a Bahamian by descent and you were born outside the Bahamas, and you need an apostille to certify that the birth certificate you have from the United States is authentic. So that takes a while. It's things of that nature.
Well, have you been vaccinated? Health officials say if you have, there's little reason to worry, even as the United States grapples with a recent outbreak of measles that has raised alarm bells across several states. But here at home, local officials are reassuring the public that measles does not currently pose an immediate threat to the Bahamas, thanks to the high vaccination rate among the population.
I think we're fairly safe here in the Bahamas.
That is the message from Geneva Wellness Center Managing Director Dr. Leviticus Roll as the measles outbreak near 600 cases in the United States, prompting local concerns. The disease is not endemic in the Bahamas, and Dr. Roll assures there is no cause for alarm, as most people here are vaccinated.
We recommend measles, mumps, rubella shot, the MMR shot, to school-age kids, 2 shots. And that's one of the things that we check for when they're entering primary school and high school to make sure they have these vaccinations. And so the population, again, thanks to public health and the government, the population is fairly safe against measles.
Measles was declared eliminated in the United States back in 2000, but the highly contagious airborne virus is making a comeback. Health officials say international travel is a key factor and children remain the most vulnerable.
It affects kids more, obviously, because of the slightly weakened immune system, but it can affect the general population. The effects are different in kids than in adults. It's a bit more severe in children. It's sort of like a flu-like illness. It causes fever and headaches and a cough, and there's some spots that appear in the mouth, something called Koplik spots, can be painful. But it's a self-limiting illness. Of course, like many illnesses, if it's not treated and caught in time, it can present as very severe and even cause death.
The measles vaccine is often administered alone or combined with vaccines for mumps, rubella, and sometimes varicella. Contending that vaccines are highly effective, Dr. Roll says they are available at any physician's office, and for those in need, public health clinics offer them free of charge.
The vaccinations are hugely successful. History tells us this, and we've been able to control many of the illnesses that would otherwise cause, widespread pandemics, and we've been able to even eradicate some illnesses. And so we know that vaccinations work. And so I would certainly encourage parents to make sure that their kids are getting their mandated vaccinations.
In other news, with senior Met officers aging out of the system, an industry professional is calling for the younger generation to take up the mantle. Our Cleopatra Murphy has that report.
Meteorology in the Bahamas needs to attract more young people. Senior Met Officer at the Bahamas Department of Meteorology, Trinard Tynes, says more youth are needed in the position to carry on the legacy of seasoned professionals like himself to keep the country safe, sending out this appeal.
Meteorologists are scientists. If you have a science background, if you like maths, physics, computer science, anything in that ballpark, and you do pretty well in that, meteorology is the field. Because right now we are working on revamping, like I said, we're revamping the service, and we are in need of young people coming in.
The department now has a staff of 7 on Grand Bahama and approximately 40 in total. Tynes says as officials are looking to revamp the service, young people will be crucial as it moves beyond aviation, hoping to also enhance its marine and agricultural products. He sees growth as vital, as the Bahamas now has a partnership with SpaceX, adding that meteorology also has a role to play when it comes to how that will impact the environment.
We are a water nation, a water tribe, a fishing village. Is it going to cause more problem for the fish? Is it going to cause the fish them a different type of species to move into our waters? Is it good for the coral reef? Is it good for the limestone?
When it comes to the future of meteorology, Tynes looks forward to the day there is more expansive coverage throughout the islands to improve data collection.
You know, we put a lot of emphasis on putting instruments and stuff like that, but instruments is good, but when you have a face or a person to put with those data you put in, it gives a little level of comfort to people. And it seems as though we're moving in that direction.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Thanks, Cleo. Well, the Ministry of Tourism, Investments and Aviation hosting its highly anticipated Junior Minister of Tourism speech competition. The winner of this event earning the distinguished title of Junior Minister for Grand Bahama and will go on to represent the island in the nation's capital, competing for a chance to speak on behalf of the Bahamas at the Caribbean Tourism Organization's regional speech competition.
The individual is successful, they're still successful to us because they get to work closely with us at the Ministry of Tourism, Investments and Aviation. They get to shadow various team members, and we give them that opportunity to work closely in the various departments, and we will be preparing them for the future. As tourism is our #1 industry, it is so crucial that we ensure that our future generation are well prepared to lead us and to make our destination the destination of choice.
It's always a good experience. We do this for this organization, for tourism, and with whomever organization they could call upon Toastmasters to assist them in that vein.
This year's title was awarded to 11th grader Zaria Ingram of Mary Star of the Sea Catholic Academy. Here's a brief snippet from her winning speech.
Coming back for the sun and sunshine. The world has plenty of beaches. What they want is connection, an experience, something real, something they'll tell their friends about at brunch, like, you'll never heard guava duff until you've had it under a mango tree with Miss Ula telling you stories about when Bay Street was Bay Street.
Well, switching gears now, the Coalition of Independents officially welcoming the Member of Parliament for Central Grand Bahama, Iram Lewis, during a spirited gathering in the Hunters community. Supporters turned out in numbers to embrace Lewis and other COI candidates as they gear up for the next general election. Now, despite the shift in party affiliation, Lewis was quick to reassure constituents that his loyalty remains firmly rooted in the people of Central Grand Bahama.
My commitment to you, ladies and gentlemen, my constituents, is not diminished because I went to another movement. My commitment is not diminished. In fact, it is amplified. I believe that within the Coalition of Independents, I will have a stronger voice to champion your concerns and work towards the better Bahamas we all envision. Fellow constituents of Central Grand Bahama, this is not the end. It is a new beginning.
Party leader Lincoln Bain also present, delivering an address to supporters. Bain declaring that the Coalition of Independence is not just a movement but a force on the rise, poised to make significant headway in Bahamian politics.
What they did not know is that we was already in the house. And we are just getting started. We are going to take this country back. Their worst nightmare is the COI in the House of Assembly. But now they got their worst nightmare.
And still to come.
A celebration of sisterhood and success. Hear the inspiring story of 40 young queens making their mark. All this plus sports and more when we return.
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Dolly Madison. Catch the Easter sale at Esquire's during the month of April. Buy one suit and get a shirt and tie absolutely free. Give them a call today at 352-8816.
Destiny International Ministerial Alliance presents the Pastors and Leaders Conference May 30th and 31st. Join Dr. Helene Giddens and Bishop Jesse Giddens Jr. at New Life Worship Center. Registration is just $15. Call 806-5130 or 727-6691 today.
Sunday, April 20th, it's the 8 Mile Rock Homecoming, featuring the 2025 Junkanoo champion, the Swears Junkanoo Crew. Feel the vibe as they take another victory lap. Sunday, April 20th at Sunset Village 8 Mile Rock Fish Fry. See you there.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. A celebration of sisterhood and success. Over 40 young queens from Grand Bahamas shined bright as diamonds at the closing and award ceremony for the 20 Pearls Mentoring Program, an initiative of the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Grand Bahama chapter. The empowering program dedicated to nurturing the growth, confidence, and future of young girls culminated in a heartwarming ceremony where several participants walked away with scholarships, a true investment in the next generation of female leaders. The evening was filled with celebration, tears of joy, and inspiring messages that underscore the power of mentorship and sisterhood.
It's our closing ceremony and also our award ceremony. So at the end of 20 Pearls, we usually have this event. And here today, we'll be giving out thousands of dollars in scholarship back to the very deserving girls for all their hard work throughout the program. I would tell them is to remember that they are pearls. Pearls are started from a single irritant, but over time they groom and they become resilient gems. So remember that you're resilient. Remember that you can do all things that you put your mind to, and you are enough. You are capable.
Leaving powerful words of encouragement with the young ladies in the program was Her Excellency Leslie Miller Bryce, Senator and Member of Parliament for the Seabreeze constituency. She challenged the girls to remain determined in the face of obstacles, sharing that if there's one message she hopes they remember, it's to keep determination at the forefront of every task and challenge they encounter.
My speech is really just about encouraging them and to ensure that they understand that their development is important. I want to say thank you so much to the ladies of AKA Alpha Kappa Alpha for their contribution, for ensuring that they mentor our young ladies, ensure that they teach them the importance of mentorship, because I think that's something that's lacking. And so I'm just happy to be here just to encourage and to motivate the young ladies that's being celebrated here today.
This coming Saturday, Jubilee Cathedral will open its doors and hearts to the community with a special outreach initiative titled Operation Grace Extended, set to begin at 8:30 a.m. On the church grounds, the event promises a day of giving back and meaningful connection. Senior Pastor Laquez Williams says residents from surrounding neighborhoods are warmly invited to take part in the initiative, which is designed to strengthen community bonds through fellowship, compassion, and generosity.
Our whole aim is, the Bible admonishes us to go out there and win souls for the kingdom of God. So our assignment this coming Saturday, the Bible says, when I was hungry, you fed me. When I was naked, you clothed me. So it has an opportunity that people can come right here at 8:30 a.m., right here at Jubilee Cathedral, and they can get food, they can get shoes and clothing this coming Saturday. So we want to invite everybody to come and be a part of this.
Joining forces in this socially driven initiative of officers from the Northeastern Police Division, officer in charge, Chief Superintendent Jeremy Henfield, says their involvement in Operation Grace Extended aligns with the core mission of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, not just to protect, but to actively serve and support the communities they're sworn to uphold.
You have some people who still have conflicts going on in the family, and so those type of things, we want to speak with those persons as best we can, and try to diffuse any little situation, that can brew up very, very quickly. For the most part, persons see us, or only see us when we come to arrest. In this incident, they're going to see us in a different light, where we are more laid back in terms of we are serving more or less. And so this partnership with the church gives us the opportunity to do just that.
In other news, Grand Bahama's very own Measles Lodge Chapter 21 has generously donated much-needed supplies to the pediatric ward of the Rand Memorial Hospital, with a major thanks to an international partner, KVJ Cares. The donation is offering a vital boost to the hospital's efforts in caring for their young patients. Our Matthew Monambaro spoke with the generous patrons in this report.
This is a whole stack of stuff, and stuff keeps coming every day. Yay!
Behind the camera is co-host of the South Florida-based 97.9 KVJ morning show, Virginia Sinicki, showcasing the numerous boxes to be donated to the Rand Memorial Hospital's pediatric ward. She, alongside her husband Vince, spearheaded an initiative to give items ranging from diapers to bottles to blankets and even books under the banner KVJ Cares. KVJ Cares has a long-standing relationship with the Measles Lodge No. 21 chapter and the island of Grand Bahama through club member Kenneth Christie. Virginia says they will continue to help wherever needed.
We've been helping the Bahamas since Hurricane Dorian. Since Dorian came through, we realized, okay, there's a need, and we as South Floridians need to meet that need. And so it's been our pleasure. This is our 5th trip, bringing over supplies, bringing over needed goods. We will do this, and we will continue to do whatever the need is. You guys let us know, and we will be there for the Bahamas.
Prince Hall affiliate 17th Most Worshipful Grand Master of the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos Islands, Honorable Lee Wallace, notes the generous efforts throughout the island will forever be appreciated, especially since the traumatic experience that was Hurricane Dorian in 2019.
This is a tremendous thing for Grand Bahama, because the lodges here, we exist in a difficult environment with the challenges we know we all experience here on Grand Bahama. And for neighbors to reach out across the waters to our neighbors in South Florida and get this assistance, it is a remarkable feat. And I must thank Vince and Vicky, 97.9 FM, and the KVJ Morning Show.
Although recent donations made towards the pediatric ward and the sick baby unit made here at the Rand Memorial Hospital are greatly treasured, Administrative Manager for the Public Hospitals Authority, Adelicia Campbell, says there are other areas within the hospital that are in dire need of assistance.
I always implore the community to go ahead and donate, and we do have other needs besides the pediatric wards. We need wheelchairs, we need blood pressure machines, we need even bigger equipments within the hospital. And so this sets a standard for us, and knowing that international partners were able to come out and to donate and be here today to actually present. It means so much to us. And we're looking forward to continued partnerships internationally and local.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Matthew Martinborough.
Great report, Matthew. And that's a look at stories making news. Jay Philippe is up next with sports, with first a check on weather.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Super P, the entertainer from TCI. I'm stopping by to tell you about the second annual Come Go With Me Best of the Best Music Festival happening in the Turks and Caicos Islands on June 7th, 2025 at the Grace Bay Marketplace. If you haven't as yet, get your tickets, get your flights, and meet me in Turks and Caicos Islands because this is about to be a real big movie. Let's go to Turks and Caicos.
Hey, what's up, Grand Bahama? KB here. Hey, it's your boy D-Mark in the building. Jumpin' dancing. Hey, this is Gino D. Hello, Wilford Solomon here.
Grand Bahama, what's up? Yours truly, Tico T here to let y'all know Sunday, April 28th, we are going to be in 8 Mile Rock.
It's going to be on the Jonestown Fish Fry at the Sunset Village. Grand Bahama, y'all know I love y'all so much.
Gates open at 7 p.m. I'll be in the house with all the Rakers Great Generals.
Back by the top tier band.
Gates going to open at 7 p.m. Show start properly at 8 p.m.
You will enjoy yourself.
8 Mile Rock Homecoming.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
It's the Sabrina Brown Show.
I have the Joe face. Oh, yeah. And I have the Joe walk. So when I'm finished with this, I'll have double my trouble.
I prepared myself that when the world had a crisis, I had an answer.
If it matters to you, we are talking about it on the Sabrina Brown Show.
The Sabrina Brown Show, Tuesdays at 11 a.m. on 8:10 a.m. The Light.
Now, I know I've said it before, but this time, I swear it's different. Grammy dreamed about this number, so I won't lose. I can't lose. This is my last time. Please, son, just give me one more chance. I'll give it all back to you.
Excessive gaming affects more than just the gamer. This message has been brought to you by the Gaming Board for the Bahamas, which encourages you to game responsibly.
Here at Freeport Decorators, we have hundreds of products for you to choose from. Whether you're in the market for trophies, plaques, rubber stamps, corporate signs, any kind of interior signage, stamps, or seals, we're your one-stop shop. We feature glass, acrylic, crystal awards for every occasion. We build all the trophies here on site. Looking for a gift item? We feature pens, key rings, mugs, tumblers, barbecue tools, even bamboo cutting boards. Have something already? Bring it on down. Let us see if we can print that special something on it for you. Need a headstone? Memorialize the memory of your loved one with a beautifully lasered granite marker. Our store hours are Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. We focus on customization. So if you have an idea or a new concept, bring it on down or call us at 352-5557 or even WhatsApp your idea to us at 646-0777 and we will do our best to make your awards and recognition ideas a reality.
Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to Sports Top and Sports. Head coach of the Bahamas National Junior Girls Basketball Team, Anton Francis, traveling to Grand Bahama for tryouts on the island. The practice sessions took place over at St. George's Gym.
Just trying to give everybody an opportunity to see what kind of skill level they have in order to see what we can field from a team. We try to get to every island or try to get the
some video or some kind of information about players that may be somewhere that we may not be able to get to go. Grand Bahama is always a good breeding ground for talent, and so I could not come to Grand Bahama and not try and look at some of the young talent.
Now, trials will continue on Saturday at 2 p.m., again at St. George's Gym. Next in sports, Zion Bradford is one of the youngest athletes in the country to make this year's Carifta track and field team.
I am one of the youngest. We put in a lot of work to get there, a lot of time, a lot of sacrifices. So I'm happy to be named to the team. I'm only doing the 4x1, 4x4. I'm going to do my best in those events to help the Bahamas get the goal. One of my focuses is you want to leave a good mark, you want to do your best, leave a good example. This is my first year in the 17 and my first year on the Carifta team, so that's good. Just want to give you all and just try to bring home a goal.
And finally in sports, the home team, the Abaco Pink Panthers, will be one of the ladies' teams fielded in the Nigel Boodle Senior Fast Pitch Softball Tournament during the Easter holiday weekend on the Murphytown Softball Park.
The girls are pretty confident. They're small in number and size. However, they are very powerful. This is a team that I've had with me for a long time. This literally was formed after Dorian, when no other type of extracurricular activities were around and, idle hands. So I just had to make sure that there was an avenue for my daughters that are teenagers as well, along with the other teenage young ladies, that they had an avenue, that they had an outlet, something to do. And so for the last 5 years, I've watched them grow together, and they're warriors.
Ladies and gents, that's your quick check on sports. Your Facebook friend of the day is next. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
What is Business Fit? Business Fit is a group health insurance package offered by BAF Financial. What are some of the benefits of Business Fit? No deductible, dental and vision care, hospital room and board, surgical treatment, labs, medication and drugs, maternity, doctors, clinics, specialist visits, chemotherapy and radiation treatment, air and ground ambulance, and preventative care. Business Fit, offered by BAF Financial.
How do ideas become plans? Plans become memories.
So you like my new
And dreams become your life.
This is my time.
Do you remember when hope became a house? When that house became a home? Your ideas are everything, and we're here to help make them happen. Your idea of yes, I can happens here.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. ATC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Raven Davis. Be sure to stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight is coming your way next.
This Holy Week, join host Osleen Jadot for a Rhythm of Faith Easter special. Guest appearances by Colin Christopher, Alia Coley, Sturman Roll, Dion Turnquest, Addison Sumner, and Voices of Praise. Special prayer and declaration by Apostle Dr. Jan Jones, and exhortation by Pastor Kellen Russell Jr. It's Rhythm of Faith Easter Special, this Wednesday at 8 p.m. only on the ZNS Television Network.
Covering the news seems easy, but we put thought into what we're doing. The Bahamas Tonight Access Now. Here to inform, educate, and entertain. A new type of newscast featuring social media trends, news from around the islands, interviews with the people you like in our communities, sports, weather, and fabulous entertainment. That's a Bahamas Tonight Access Now with Marlena Leonard and LaDon Davis. 7:30, Monday to Friday. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, I'm Clint Watson, and this is ZNS.
News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, inconsistent and unprofessional. Find out what's behind the Royal Bahamas Police Force getting a bad rap and who's levying the charges. Also, local health professionals on high alert after a seasonal contagious viral infection makes a return in schools. And Bahamas Air's non-stop flight to a popular route marks a major milestone. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. In the absence of facts, speculation runs rife. So the story of guest of a Paradise Island resort whose loved one went missing and subsequently ended up dead. Torn by grief, that family has not only retained an attorney, but is hoping to secure an independent autopsy into what they view as a suspicious death. More questions than answers for the family of Denari McAlmont, the 23-year-old visitor whose body was found lifeless on a beach on Paradise Island less than a day after he and relatives arrived in the country for vacation last week. As the family tells it, they were at dinner at Anthony's Bar and Grill when Denari left to get a jacket. Sadly, that was the last time he was seen alive.
When the police came to the hotel on the reef at about 2 a.m. on the 5th, and they told me that they were looking for my son.
Hours later, the American was found dead via Zoom Friday. McAlmon's mother, Michelle, told the media that from the day the incident was reported, detectives held that this was not a homicide. Several days later, police released a statement noting that Denari died due to drowning.
They're saying foul play is not suspected without even investigating, without even finding out the circumstances, without even reviewing footage of cameras around the Atlantis property. And then you're going to say at the ultimate paragraph, the matter will be forwarded to His Majesty's coroner. So at least what should have been said in this report is that everything is inconclusive.
Accompanied by their local attorney, Keith Seymour, the Bowie, Maryland family is demanding answers. The investigation, he says, should reflect what actually happened.
Atlantis has the ability, we all have been there, that they have cameras everywhere. So they are able to be able to cooperate if they are willing to provide footage of where he would be.
Mrs. McAlmont says despite the requests, she hasn't yet been allowed to review the hotel surveillance camera footage. As for permission to see their son's body, the McAlmonts was only allowed to view Denari's face Friday morning at a funeral home. As indicated by police, the matter has been turned over to His Majesty's coroner. Well, meantime, relatives of the man reported missing while on a jet ski Sunday say their search continues. Tonight, they're making a public appeal for anyone with information to come forward. Lloyd Allen fills us in.
It's been 5 days since police reported 32-year-old Emmanuel Bain went missing just off the coast of Saunders Beach near Long Key. That's just right here behind me. We've spoken with his family who continue on that search for their loved one.
When I went to see the woman, they take a statement from me, and I didn't ever hear no word back from them yet.
Emmanuel Bain's mother, Marva Bain, says the family simply wants answers on the whereabouts of the 32-year-old father of two.
I don't know what's going on. All I said, Emmanuel, where you is? If you come back, with one hand, 1 foot, anything.
Emmanuel's girlfriend, Shianti, who partners with him in operating their family business, The Bar of Feelings, say their family just want answers.
My 6-year-old is autistic, or he's on the spectrum. But the 3-year-old, every day, I don't know what to tell them.
His mother also making this appeal.
If anyone see anything or anyone hear anything or anyone want to reach out to me, could reach out to 601-5859. That's my house number, or 447-6071.
Now, it's been 5 days since his disappearance, and friends and family continue on regular searches, even along the beach, for clues on his disappearance. From Saunders Beach for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Meantime, local jet ski operators mouthing off following another blight to their tourism-based business. Danielle Dean has the details in this next report.
Watercraft operators giving their 2 cents on national security. Minister the Honourable Wayne Munro's proposal that jet ski renters wear body cams.
What they could do is put a CC camera in the area, like up in the tree up in here.
Pedro Bannister, owner of a jet ski rental company, while admitting body cams are a bit personal, states he has nothing to hide.
We have a lot of police in the area, and they don't want to do no foolishness. They'll be crazy to do some foolishness right now. I think they gave for rape, they gave you like 15 to 20 years. That is nothing to play with. That'll change your whole life.
Mr. Tinker, who states that the safety of tourists is the #1 priority for himself and other watercraft operators, says from his perspective, the narrative goes a little like this.
When they drunk, we don't bother with them at all. And that's the main thing, is what is really happening. Sometimes these tourists, them lead guys on and things when they waste it. And at the end of the day, when they lead the guys on, when they waste it, you know, the guys might care them, come on to them. But at the end of the day, when these tourists wake up from being drunk, hey, oh, who you is and this and that. So that's why we have to tell them, don't bother with these tourists when they drinking.
While Canadian Lonnie Bill vouches for the country he's visiting for the 2nd time.
I guess so, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I've always felt safe here. If that's what they got to do to make more people feel safe, I guess they have to do it. I don't know.
Bannister challenges the Minister of National Security, Commissioner of Police, the Minister of Tourism, and anyone concerned about both the safety of tourists and the success of the Bahamian entrepreneurs.
I want them to come down one day and see how the business is operated. They probably just hear it by hearsay, but you actually have to come down.
They look forward to a future where the character of those doing right by the tourist will outshine that of those wreaking havoc. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
Well, thanks, Danielle. On the lighter side of things, the Bahamas marks a significant stride in marine conservation as the MSC Foundation inaugurates its state-of-the-art Marine Conservation Center at Ocean Key, MSC Marine Reserve. Devontae Hanna is on that story.
Officials cutting the ribbon on a brand new MSC Foundation Marine Center on Ocean Key on Thursday.
Ocean Key is no longer just an idea. It is alive, it is thriving, and it is leading.
The newest facility on the property is dedicated to advancing coral reef research and restoration, particularly through the Super Coral program, which focuses on identifying and propagating resilient coral species to combat global reef decline.
Addressing marine conservation is critical to this administration. It requires strong research, bold leadership, lasting partnerships, and the capacity building programs, all of which are poised to take place at this conservation center.
The center boasts a marine research laboratory, coral nurseries, and educational spaces designed to foster collaboration among students, scientists, and visitors. MSC Foundation CEO Pierre Francesco Vago says it's part of MSC's commitment to environmental stewardship transforming Ocean Key from a former industrial site back in 2016 into a thriving marine reserve.
We saw potential, a chance to heal nature, a chance to build something meaningful and destination that brings global travelers to the Bahamas.
The inauguration aligns with MSC Cruises' broader environmental initiatives, including the recent launch of the MSC World America, a ship emphasizing sustainable technologies and practices, and on its maiden voyage stops in the Bahamas to shore up the local economy.
It's expected to more than double the jobs on the island and brings many new entrepreneurial opportunities.
Visitors will leave charged. Informed guests will become ocean advocates, and ocean advocates can carry our message around the world.
Now, it is expected that thousands of visitors will come here to Ocean Key year-round, and according to officials, they believe that those visitors will not just participate in the tourism activities, but they will become protectors of the environment wherever they go. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Devontae Hanna.
Well, thanks, Devontae. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Irresistible taste of a KFC big deal, some people will do anything. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. BTC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Let's go. At Frame Studio, as soon as you enter the door, we showcase any individual that comes in there and make it feel like they are at home. The space itself is 1,800 square foot. Our psych wall, which is industry standard also, is 24 feet wide. You can do anything that you can possibly think of. At Frame Studio, under our theme, Now Create More, we look at Frame Studio as a canvas. And any artist knows a canvas is blank, and then you create whatever you want to do, right? So we have where you could rent tools. We even have workstations that people could rent out to anyone inspiring to do what I've done, or what my colleagues have done, or any other journey. I would say to you, don't be afraid. The worst someone can actually tell you is no. So if you have a vision, you have an idea, not everyone will get it. But if you believe in your vision, you believe in your idea, I say go wholeheartedly at it.
For more information about the Creative Entrepreneurs Initiative and the Crafting the Bahamas workshops, email info@sbdcbahamas.com or call us at 461-7232.
How do ideas become plans? Plans become memories.
So you like my new room?
And dreams become your life.
This is retirement.
Do you remember when hope became a house? When that house became a home? Your ideas are everything, and we're here to help make them happen. Your idea of yes, I can happens here.
You're looking at a shot of the beach at Bahamas off West Bay Street in Cable Beach. That shot, of course, courtesy of drone pilot Neville Smith.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, where safety is first.
Well, another homicide to report here in the capital. Police telling us it was shortly after 3:30 this morning that ShotSpotter technology detected gunfire on Peter Street off E Street. Investigating officers discovered an unresponsive male with apparent gunshot injuries to the rear seat, of a vehicle. Emergency medical services examined the victim, and officially declared him dead. The matter's under active investigations. Well, the state of the children's ward of the Princess Margaret Hospital addressed by the Minister of Health. This is a concern combined with reports of an uptick in the number of cases of a seasonal children's disease. Our Daniel Dean has the details.
The Minister of Health, the Honourable Dr. Michael Darville, and the Public Hospitals Authority under scrutiny for what some claim are concerning conditions in the children's ward of the Princess Margaret Hospital, specifically the lack of hot water or heat in general.
The Bahamian people could rest assured that in this midterm budget, funding has been allocated in the $75 million that will go towards the renovation of the legacy ward and address these long-term legacy issues that existed with the pediatric ward. On the other hand, the new specialty hospital will be pediatric, maternal, as well as adolescent care. And we believe that after assessing the entire situation at the Princess Margaret Hospital, our best bet is to create the specialty hospital so that the spaces that would be left behind could be utilized for the expansion of the services that we intend to develop at the Princess Margaret Hospital.
Darville admits some of the concerns about the children's wards are warranted, but it's not due to intentional neglect. It's because all of the hospital's issues cannot be tackled at once. In keeping with the safety of children, Minister Darville addressed the issue of children suffering from the hand, foot and mouth disease.
This is the season for hand, foot and mouth disease, and I agree that we have an uptake. When a parent or a loved one sees someone with any signs, to move quickly because it's highly contagious. Even though it's self-limiting, we need to make sure that we stay on top of it, particularly in our school populations. And this is the reason why our school nurses are on high alert and our clinics are on high alert, so that when we find these cases, we place them in isolation and we do the necessary follow-up as the pathogenesis of disease is self-limiting, and we can reintroduce them back in the classrooms and back into the communities.
Reporting for the Bahamas tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
We can also tell you tonight that the police reserve officer accused of assaulting a 10-year-old E.P. Roberts primary student back in January has been put before the police tribunal court. The child's mother claims her son, a fourth grader, was left humiliated and in pain after a police officer allegedly beat him in front of classmates, leaving him unable to sleep on his back for days. She says her son was struck with a black police cane after being called rude. Apparently, the child was asked his GPA. He reportedly told the officer 1.55. Now, the mother adding that the punishment left the child unable to sit down. Deputy Commissioner Kirkwood Andrews says a verdict should be handed down in the matter very soon.
We received a complaint at the Complaints and Corruption Branch. The matter was investigated and it is presently before the tribunal. Once the matter is finished with the tribunal, we'll be able to give a better update as to the outcome. But we would have established 5 new tribunal courts, which have speeded up the cases, and we should be able to get a report on that very soon.
Now, the officer involved, a reserve officer assigned to the Urban Renewal Division, was reportedly not employed by the school and was on campus for unrelated business when the incident occurred. Well, in more upbeat news, Bahamas Air hosting a special ceremony at Orlando's airport yesterday to mark a very significant milestone in the airline's history and to build further on a decades-long friendship. Corval Pfeiffer has more from Orlando.
It's a celebration that's 40 years in the making, and one Bahamas Air officials say is completely necessary. Necessary because for 40 years, Bahamas Air has provided daily non-stop service to Orlando's International Airport, or MCO. Sales consultant Woodrow Wilson has been a longtime member of Bahamas Air's Team Orlando.
We've gone from little to many.
This day of celebration, which brought together passengers, Bahamas Air officials, tourism reps, and members of the Greater Orlando Airport Authority at MCO, was meant to mark what both the national flag carrier and Orlando agree is a remarkable milestone.
Looking forward, we are definitely excited about the potential for even further expansion. And as we celebrate this significant anniversary, let us reflect on our journey, the friendships we have forged, the partnerships we have nurtured, and the bridges we have built.
MCO is the fourth largest U.S. market to the Bahamas. Bahamas Air accounts for almost 50% of the total MCO Bahamas traffic. And Bahamas Air operates daily flight between Orlando and Nassau, but also they offer a seasonal service to Freeport.
The flight crew even taking a minute to join the festivities.
Been with Bahamas Air flying from 1992. So, and been doing this from 1992 of Orlando and all of that plus. So.
Well, I know every year it's going to get better and better for Bahamas Air. We're very excited for what Bahamas Air has to offer Orlando moving forward.
The goal is the same on both ends of this route. Both Orlando International Airport and Bahamas Air want to see this relationship continue to thrive, expanding on seamless connections. At the Orlando International Airport for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corval Pyfrom.
There's more to come when the National Report returns.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
We're here at the Nassau Village Community Center project, where over the past 17 months, we've hired over 20 Bahamian subcontractors to bring this beautiful project to fruition.
I've been living in Nassau Village for more than 19 years, and to see a project like this bring great joy and pride to me.
This state-of-the-art multi-purpose community center will serve as a crime-fighting initiative in the community. Also help with the education of our kids in this community and a hurricane shelter.
Yeah, and it also shows what we as Bahamians can achieve when we work hand in hand with each other.
We have the technical know-how, and we can pretty much deliver on any project here in the Bahamas or in the world.
Bahamas Striping, a Bahamian company, they prove that they believe in Bahamians.
Based on the outcome of this project, I don't think they're disappointed in giving a small person an opportunity to do a job such as this.
The more opportunity they get, the more opportunity we will get.
If you look around and see the work done so far, it just shows what we as Bahamians can do.
Do you ever just want more? But wait, there's Marco's! Introducing the More Marco's menu, packed with your favorites starting at just $6. Like our warm, golden baked cheesy bread, crispy stuffed risotto. How about a hot, fresh, medium one-topping pizza? Subs, calzones, pizza bowls, and more. Starting at just $6. Certain restrictions apply. More variety, more value, more Marco's! Order today at Marco's Pizza, Bahamas.
Custom Computers and Alive on the business spectrum, we work well together. We want to offer clients the best in technology.
What Custom Computers is offering for the Alive Business Partnership is HP Pro small form factor desktop. We're including with it the 27-inch conferencing monitor, so you can have that meeting at home or at work in a private area, just like you're sitting next to that person.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
This portion of the news is brought to you by 700 Wines and Spirits, bringing celebration across the nation.
The Bahamas loses a literary giant. Author, poet, historian, folklorist Patricia Glinton McCullough died on Thursday at the age of 75. The celebrated 1995 Cacique Award winner, known for her works in Bahamian literature, fiercely advocated for the preservation of Bahamian heritage. Her works included An Evening in Guanima, Talking Bahamian, a collection of Bahamian folk tales and chasing light. McCollis was a Lifetime Achievement Award winner for culture and received an Honor of Merit Award in 2021. Well, Don and Marlena join us live for a sneak peek of what's coming up in Access Now on this fabulous Friday.
Well, McCuskler, it's Friday evening. Bam! And guess who's in the house this evening for Entertainment Friday? VMAC is in the house. I know Marlena's excited about that.
Oh, yes.
I'm looking forward to his performance. I really am. Well, stay with us. Our feature story is up next.
Diet-friendly special.
What if I told you Wendy's has a new burger? With a flavor so secret, it's almost too delicious to handle. Well, now it's time to unlock that flavor. Try the new sweet and smoky barbecue cheeseburger. We can't tell you everything, but we can tell you that it's packed with flavor, including our secret barbecue sauce. Try the new sweet and smoky barbecue cheeseburger today. Available for a limited time. Limited time.
How do ideas become plans? Plans become memories. So you like my new And dreams become your life.
This is my time.
Do you remember when hope became a house? When that house became a home? Your ideas are everything, and we're here to help make them happen. Your idea of yes, I can happens here.
What is it? Oh, ghost pepper burger. Chicken. I always at Popeyes, so me just come and taste their chicken.
Wow.
Nice, crunchy. This is off the chisholm.
Wow, that is way better than I expected. Very spicy, extremely spicy actually. The bread is very soft. The chicken is juicy. Yeah, that's spicy food.
Starting all over is rough, but after just months, one New Providence family is about to complete the reconstruction of their home destroyed by fire last year. Lloyd Allen is live in Yellow Elder Gardens with the Welcome to News. Lloyd?
It was on May 31st, 2024, when the home of Captain Whitfield Neely, retired Defense Force officer, was completely destroyed by a house fire, and that fire also impacting both of his next-door neighbors. Now, fast forwarding just a few days, Whitfield Neely jumped into action, restoring some of the properties destroyed by that fire for the neighbors, and then he started work on July 14th.
Yes, thank you, Lloyd, for coming to see me again today. It's always good to see you. Yes, I did step in and assist my neighbors with getting the essential items back to continue their life in normalcy. And we have been blessed here because we've been truly blessed by the Bahamian public. Many persons have stepped forward and assisted us, even down to $20. I could always remember that lady. And they have been very kind. And I would like to say on behalf of my family, and I thank you very much to the Bahamian public for your love and the sacrifices you've made to make us feel this way.
Tomorrow you have a housewarming event. That event is at 3 o'clock. Again, many persons and ZNS are going to be here. A final word of thank you to the public.
And Father Basil Miller will be here tomorrow to bless our home. And then we will move into our home next week. And by then, maybe next weekend, we should have the yard finished and everything will be completed. And God is definitely good.
God is good. Reporting here from Major Road for the Bahamas tonight in Mr. Whitfield Neely's home, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Well, the Neely's story is certainly a testament to the saying that we're put here to be a blessing to others. That does it for the National Report, but stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.
Health is the greatest gift.
That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical